If you're over 60, there's something you need to hear, because chances are no one's ever told you this about cheese. Some cheeses are doing your body real good, protecting your brain, strengthening your bones, and helping your gut stay happy. But others, they're quietly doing damage. We're talking hidden salt bombs, inflammation triggers, and slow drains on your energy and immunity. And the worst part? You'd never know it just by taste. This video could change the way you shop, snack, and take care of yourself. Because today, we're revealing 3 cheeses every senior should eat, and 3 you should keep off your plate for good. These aren't trendy gimmicks. They're age-smart, nutrient-dense, gut-kind cheeses your body will thank you for. And if you've been dealing with foggy thinking, achy joints, or stubborn blood pressure, the right cheese might be part of the solution. This is about more than food. It's about strength, clarity, and staying sharp for the years ahead. So before you take your next bite, make sure it's the kind that works with you, not against you. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, now's the time. Tap the bell too so you never miss another health tip made just for you. And hey, drop a 1 in the comments if you're ready to upgrade your cheese game. Let's dive in. 3 types of cheese that people over 60 should completely avoid. 1. Processed cheese spreads. The most dangerous of all. Let me ask you this. What's really in that slice of cheese you unwrap and melt onto your sandwich or stir into your favorite comfort dish? For many people over 60, processed cheese has been a staple for decades. It's soft, creamy, melts like a dream, and reminds us of easier times. School lunches, backyard burgers, warm casseroles on cold nights. It feels familiar, safe. But as your doctor, I want you to know, that little orange slice may be doing far more harm than good, especially now. Processed cheese spreads and slices aren't real cheese. They're industrially engineered products made from low-grade cheese byproducts, artificial preservatives, flavor enhancers, colorings, and a long list of additives. Their appealing texture and long shelf life don't come from nature. They come from chemical manipulation. That's where the real problem begins. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at filtering out what doesn't belong. Kidneys lose resilience, blood vessels stiffen, metabolism slows, and many of the compounds in processed cheese, like sodium phosphate used to keep it smooth and spreadable, put added stress on organs that are already working harder with age. Sodium phosphate in particular has been linked to increased strain on kidney function. In older adults, even without diagnosed kidney disease, the cumulative effect of phosphate additives can accelerate underlying damage and impact cardiovascular health. And it doesn't stop there. Many processed cheeses still contain partially hydrogenated oils, a source of trans fats. Even in small amounts, trans fats are incredibly harmful. They raise LDL cholesterol, lower HDL, and fuel chronic inflammation, a key driver of muscle loss, joint stiffness, and cognitive decline. These effects build slowly. You may not feel them in one meal, but over months or years, the damage accumulates. Suddenly, your blood pressure rises. You feel more tired after a short walk. You can't remember names as easily. And no one links it to the processed slice of cheese on your daily sandwich. It's easy to dismiss these signs as normal aging. But what I often explain to my patients is this. What you eat in your 60s and beyond has a much greater impact than it did in your 30s or 40s. Your body has changed. The margin for error is smaller. Processed cheese, even in what feels like moderate amounts, can chip away at your health in subtle but serious ways. Now here's the part that gives you power. You can make better choices starting today. Real cheese, minimally processed, naturally aged, made from whole milk, offers real nutritional value. Options like aged cheddar, manchego, goat cheese, or sheep's milk cheese are typically easier to digest, lower in additives, and packed with nutrients like calcium, vitamin K2, and healthy fats. These compounds support bone strength, cognitive clarity, and metabolic balance, precisely what your body needs more of, not less, as you age. So before you unwrap that slice of processed cheese, take a moment to think about what it's really doing for your body. Yes, it may bring comfort, but true comfort comes from feeling clear-headed, steady on your feet, and confident in your health. And that starts with what's on your plate. Choosing real food isn't about giving up the things you love. It's about replacing what no longer serves you with options that help you stay strong, sharp, and independent. Your body deserves that respect, and you deserve to feel the difference. 2. Blue cheese. Gourmet taste, hidden danger. Let's turn to a food that many people associate with elegance, maturity, and a refined palate. Blue cheese. Maybe you sprinkle it over a salad, crumble it on a steak, or spread it on crackers with a glass of wine. For many older adults, blue cheese feels like a grown-up pleasure, a sharp, bold flavor we've come to appreciate later in life. But while it may feel like a reward for years of cultivated taste, I want you to understand what it could be doing inside your body now. Blue cheese owes its distinct veins and tangy bite to Penicillium roqueforti, a mold that develops during the aging process. And like all molds, it doesn't just shape flavor, it produces chemical byproducts that can have real physiological effects. Chief among them, tyramine and histamine. These compounds are naturally present in aged and fermented foods and, under normal circumstances, are broken down by enzymes in the body. But as we age, our enzyme efficiency declines, especially the enzyme monoamine oxidase, MAO, which is responsible for breaking down tyramine. That reduced efficiency means higher levels of these compounds can linger in the bloodstream. In younger adults, this might just mean a slight headache or flushed skin. But in older adults, tyramine buildup can lead to significant spikes in blood pressure, heart palpitations, dizziness, and in extreme cases, hypertensive crisis. I've seen patients who end up in emergency rooms with stroke-like symptoms that can be traced back to something as simple as their diet. Take Helen, a 67-year-old retired teacher from Ohio. She loved blue cheese and kept it stocked in her fridge. She wasn't eating large quantities, just small, regular amounts in salads, sandwiches, and dressings. But she began experiencing sudden headaches, a racing heartbeat, and dizzy spells. Eventually, she was rushed to the ER with alarmingly high blood pressure. Her scans were clear. The cause? A pattern of tyramine sensitivity that had quietly developed with age. Her favorite gourmet treat had become a hidden trigger. There's also the bacterial risk. Blue cheeses are often made with raw or unpasteurized milk. That increases the potential for contamination with Listeria monocytogenes, a bacteria particularly dangerous to older adults. Listeria infections often begin subtly with mild fatigue or gastrointestinal upset, but can quickly escalate into sepsis, meningitis, or even death in those with weakened immune systems. It doesn't take much. Just a small exposure combined with slower immune response, and the risk becomes very real. Then, of course, there's the sodium and fat content. An ounce of blue cheese can contain over 400 milligrams of sodium, about 1/3 of the recommended daily limit for seniors. Add in the saturated fat, and you've got a food that not only raises LDL cholesterol, but also contributes to arterial stiffness and inflammation. For older adults managing blood pressure, heart disease, or kidney strain, even small amounts can add up fast. So while blue cheese may feel luxurious and indulgent, your aging body sees it very differently. What once was a bold flavor choice can become a silent stressor, taxing your heart, your blood vessels, your nervous system, and your immune defenses, all without any immediate warning signs. Fortunately, there are ways to satisfy your palate without sacrificing your health. Soft goat cheese, sheep's milk cheese, or even a mild-aged cheddar made from pasteurized milk can offer complex flavor without the same chemical or microbial risks. Pair them with fruit or whole grain crackers for a snack that respects both your taste and your body. Have you ever noticed unusual symptoms after eating certain cheeses? Headaches, fatigue, or blood pressure changes? I'd love to hear your experience. Drop a comment below and let's talk about it. You're not alone in this, and sharing your story could help someone else realize what's really going on. Speaking of respect for your body, there's another cheese that seems harmless, even marketed as diet-friendly, but may be undermining your health with every slice. Let's take a look at that next. 3. Cream cheese. The soft enemy you never saw coming. Let's talk about one of the most quietly problematic foods hiding in plain sight in your fridge. Cream cheese doesn't raise red flags the way heavily processed foods do. It looks simple. It spreads easily. It's familiar, mild, and wrapped in decades of comfort. Your morning bagel, family casseroles, even dessert recipes passed down for generations. But if you're over 60, and especially if you're watching your strength, energy, or cardiovascular health, it's time to take a harder look at what this creamy spread is really doing to your body. Cream cheese is deceptively dense in saturated fat and nearly devoid of the nutrients aging bodies need. Just 2 tablespoons deliver almost as much saturated fat as a fast food cheeseburger, but without any meaningful protein, fiber, or vitamins to balance it out. That's a major issue. As we age, metabolism slows. Our bodies are more prone to store excess fat, particularly visceral fat, the kind that surrounds internal organs and increases inflammation. This kind of fat is especially dangerous. It doesn't just sit there. It fuels insulin resistance, taxes the heart, and heightens the risk of type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease. And we're not just talking about plain cream cheese anymore. Flavored varieties, think honey walnut, garden vegetable, strawberry swirl, come loaded with added sugars. Even small amounts can create outsized effects in older adults. As insulin sensitivity decreases with age, the body becomes more reactive to sugar. A few grams here and there can cause blood sugar spikes, followed by energy crashes, mood swings, and increasing fatigue. You might not realize the connection right away, but over time it becomes harder to maintain stable energy, clarity, and focus. Then there's the hidden bacterial threat. Most people don't realize that soft cheeses like cream cheese are prime territory for bacterial contamination, especially if they're left out of the refrigerator for too long or not sealed properly. Cream cheese has a high moisture content, making it a perfect host for Listeria monocytogenes. For older adults, the risk isn't mild discomfort, it's serious illness. According to the CDC, people over 65 are 4 times more likely to develop severe complications from Listeria, including bloodstream infections and meningitis. And early symptoms, fatigue, light fever, gastrointestinal upset, are often brushed off or mistaken for a passing bug. But when the infection hits, it can escalate quickly and aggressively. Even when made from pasteurized milk, cream cheese isn't immune. Post-processing contamination, especially during packaging or while sitting at room temperature for more than an hour, can allow bacteria to thrive. That means the everyday habit of leaving cream cheese out during breakfast or snack prep could be exposing you to more risk than you realize, particularly if your immune system is already under stress from age or chronic conditions. From a nutritional standpoint, cream cheese simply doesn't offer what your body needs at this stage of life. It's high in saturated fat and sodium, low in nutrients, and carries microbial risks that younger bodies can often manage, but aging bodies cannot. That soft, familiar texture can feel comforting, but your muscles, heart, and immune system need more than comfort. They need support. The next time you reach for that tub or slice, consider a swap. Mashed avocado, hummus, nut-based spreads, or even a light smear of Greek yogurt with herbs can give you a creamy texture without the drain on your energy or health. Because right now, every bite matters more than ever, and choosing nourishment over nostalgia could be the smartest decision you make all day. If you found these insights valuable, let me know by commenting yes below. Your thoughts matter, and I'd love to hear from you. What you're about to learn could make you see your next snack in a whole new light. 3 types of cheese people over 60 should eat. 1. Goat cheese, a gentle superfood for the aging body. In a world full of processed spreads, bright orange slices, and artificially flavored dairy products, it's easy to overlook one of the most quietly powerful foods in the cheese aisle. As a physician working with older adults, I often encourage my patients to rethink not just what they're eating, but how it's making them feel. And for many, goat cheese turns out to be an unexpected but incredibly effective ally. It's not flashy, it doesn't come with aggressive marketing or make bold health claims. But for the aging body, goat cheese is one of the most supportive, digestible, and nourishing cheeses you can eat. Let me tell you about Richard, a 72-year-old widower from Michigan who came to me with familiar complaints. Digestive discomfort, bloating, low energy, and a sense that aging was catching up with him faster than expected. His diet wasn't terrible, but it was heavy on habits. A daily slice of cheddar here, buttered toast there. Nothing extreme. But when we talked about reducing saturated fats and inflammatory triggers, his daughter suggested he try swapping in goat cheese. It was a small change, but within a few weeks he felt lighter, more alert, more comfortable in his own body again. So what makes goat cheese so different? First, digestibility. Many adults over 60 develop sensitivities to lactose or struggle with the dense proteins found in cow's milk. Goat cheese contains significantly less lactose and features a gentler form of casein, the primary milk protein. That means it's easier on your stomach and less likely to cause bloating, discomfort, or sluggish digestion. If you've quietly stopped eating dairy because it just doesn't sit right anymore, goat cheese might offer a welcome return. Second, goat cheese is rich in short and medium-chain fatty acids, the kind your body burns more efficiently for energy, rather than storing as fat. That's critical as metabolism slows and insulin sensitivity begins to decline. These fats are clean fuel for your muscles, your heart, and your brain. They help support steady energy levels and reduce the kind of inflammation that chips away at strength and recovery. But the benefits go deeper. Goat cheese is a natural source of important nutrients. Aging bodies often lack zinc, which supports immune resilience, selenium, which plays a role in thyroid and antioxidant function, and calcium, essential for bone health. It also contains natural probiotics, which help maintain a healthier gut environment. And we now know that gut health isn't just about digestion. It influences everything from inflammation to mood to mental clarity. What sets goat cheese apart isn't just what it gives, it's also what it leaves out. It's typically free from preservatives, artificial flavors, and stabilizers found in processed cheese products. That means your body doesn't have to work harder to sort out what's useful from what's harmful. It just absorbs what it needs, efficiently and effectively. Goat cheese is versatile and easy to use. Crumble it over roasted vegetables, spread it on whole grain toast, or stir it into soups or salads. It's a flavorful way to add nutrition without overcomplicating your meals. At this stage of life, food isn't just about satisfying hunger. It's about choosing what helps you feel good, move well, and stay sharp. Goat cheese does exactly that, quietly, reliably, and without compromise. Have you tried goat cheese before? If so, how did it make you feel? I'd love to hear what changes you've noticed, or if you're thinking of giving it a try. But if goat cheese is a gentle friend to the aging body, the next cheese we'll look at is anything but. It may look sophisticated and feel indulgent, but beneath the surface, it's hiding a cocktail of compounds that could be putting your health at risk. Let's take a closer look. 2. Swiss cheese. A subtle shield for the aging heart and mind. Sometimes the most powerful foods are the quietest ones, the ones that don't come with flashy packaging or bold flavors, but instead offer steady, reliable nourishment. As a physician, I've seen time and again how small dietary changes can have a significant impact, especially as we age. And when patients ask me if there's a cheese they can enjoy without compromising their health, I often point to an unsung hero: Swiss cheese. It doesn't boast strong flavors or dramatic colors. But for older adults looking to protect their heart, bones, and brain, Swiss cheese brings an impressive lineup of benefits, without the baggage many other cheeses carry. Take Eleanor, one of my patients, a 69-year-old retired nurse from Pennsylvania. After a checkup revealed rising blood pressure and concerns about bone density, she made several adjustments to her diet. She missed the rich, satisfying taste of cheese, but didn't want the sodium or saturated fat that came with her usual choices. We introduced Swiss cheese as a safer alternative. A few months later, not only had her blood pressure stabilized, but she felt more energized and confident in her food choices. No magic. Just a smarter swap that gave more than it took. Swiss cheese naturally contains far less sodium than many popular varieties. At around 54 milligrams per ounce, it's significantly lower than cheddar, American, or feta, some of which can have 3 to 4 times that amount. For older adults managing blood pressure or cardiovascular risk, that reduction can make a real difference over time. It's a way to enjoy flavor without overstimulating the cardiovascular system. But sodium isn't the only thing Swiss cheese gets right. It's one of the few dietary sources of vitamin K2, a critical nutrient often missing from modern diets. Unlike K1, which we get from leafy greens, K2 plays a specialized role. It helps direct calcium to your bones, where it belongs, and keeps it out of your arteries, where it can contribute to plaque buildup. This dual action is vital for aging adults. Strong bones and clean arteries go hand in hand when it comes to staying mobile and heart healthy. Swiss cheese supports both. The benefits go deeper. With meaningful amounts of calcium, protein, and vitamin B12, Swiss cheese supports muscle preservation, nerve health, and cognitive clarity. 3 pillars of healthy aging. Vitamin B12, in particular, is often low in older adults, leading to fatigue, brain fog, and mood changes. A regular source of B12 through food, like Swiss cheese, can help maintain sharper thinking and emotional stability. Swiss cheese also tends to be easier to digest. Its natural aging process lowers lactose content, making it a better option for those who've developed lactose sensitivity later in life. Many older adults who can't tolerate milk or softer cheeses find they can eat Swiss without discomfort. And don't overlook the power of fermentation. Traditional Swiss cheese is made using bacterial cultures like Propionibacterium freudenreichii, which produce anti-inflammatory compounds during the aging process. These compounds may support the immune system and help reduce systemic inflammation, a root factor in conditions like arthritis, cognitive decline, and autoimmune issues. Swiss cheese doesn't ask for attention, but it earns its place on your plate. It's steady, balanced, and supportive. Exactly what your body needs as it adapts to the natural shifts of aging. When you choose Swiss, you're not just choosing taste. You're choosing a food that honors where you are in life and helps you stay strong for what's ahead. And speaking of strength, there's one more cheese you've likely seen on countless health lists that may be working against your metabolism and mobility in surprising ways. Let's talk about that next. 3. Feta cheese. Crumbled simplicity with lasting strength. Among the endless options in the dairy aisle, there's one cheese that often gets overlooked. Humble, tangy, and familiar. But if you're over 60 and looking for food that aligns with your body's changing needs, feta cheese may be one of the most beneficial choices you can make. It's not flashy or heavily marketed, but behind its soft texture and bold flavor lies a range of qualities that support the aging body in critical, science-backed ways. Feta is traditionally made from sheep's milk, or a blend of sheep and goat milk, both of which offer key advantages over cow's milk for older adults. As we age, the ability to digest lactose and complex dairy proteins often declines. Many seniors begin experiencing symptoms they've never had before: bloating, gas, cramping, and digestive discomfort. That's where feta stands out. With its lower lactose content and more easily digestible proteins, it offers a dairy option that's gentler on the gut while still delivering satisfaction and nutrition. Digestive ease is just the beginning. Feta provides a strong nutritional foundation in 3 essential areas for healthy aging: bone strength, muscle preservation, and cognitive support. It's rich in calcium, which helps maintain bone density and reduce the risk of fractures, a top concern for those in their 60s and beyond. Its high-quality protein supports muscle mass, which naturally declines with age and is vital for maintaining balance, mobility, and independence. And the presence of vitamin B12, a nutrient many older adults become deficient in, helps support energy, memory, and nerve health, areas that can decline quietly but significantly if not addressed through diet. There's also a lesser-known benefit to feta that makes it especially relevant to older adults: its natural probiotic content. Because feta is a fermented cheese stored in brine, it contains beneficial bacteria that help populate and support the gut microbiome. And the microbiome is far more than a digestive support system. It's a major player in immune function, inflammation control, mood regulation, and nutrient absorption. As we age, and especially if we're taking multiple medications, the balance of gut bacteria can shift, weakening the body's defenses. Introducing foods like feta that help restore microbial diversity can improve more than digestion. It can enhance total body wellness. Concerns about sodium in feta are common, and for good reason. It is a brined cheese and the salt content is noticeable. However, the amount typically used per serving is small. Just a few crumbles go a long way in flavor and nutrition. And if sodium is a concern, simply rinsing feta under water before use can significantly reduce the sodium content without removing its texture or tang. That makes it one of the more adaptable cheeses for those managing blood pressure. In a diet landscape cluttered with processed engineered foods, feta offers clean, functional nourishment. It's easy to digest, rich in critical nutrients, supportive of gut health, and versatile enough to fit into any meal, Whether sprinkled over roasted vegetables, stirred into warm quinoa, or crumbled into a fresh tomato salad. When nutrition matters more than ever, feta stands out not through hype, but through consistency and relevance. It meets the needs of a body that's evolving, offering support where it's needed most, without excess or strain. That quiet reliability is exactly what makes it worth keeping in your kitchen. If you found these insights valuable, let me know by commenting yes below. Your thoughts matter, and I'd love to hear from you. More than just taste, cheese can be a quiet turning point on the path to longevity and grace. Aging isn't only about the passing of time. It's about becoming more intentional with every choice, especially the ones we make at the table. Cheese has always carried a sense of comfort. The soft melt of it in a homemade lasagna, the sharp tang on a slice of rye, or the creamy layer on a morning bagel. These are moments tied to warmth, family, and habit. But as the body changes, comfort needs to be redefined, not as indulgence without thought, but as nourishment that honors what we now need most. In your 60s and beyond, your body begins to speak in quieter but clearer ways. It asks for support, not strain. Your heart wants less sodium. Your bones need reinforcement. Your brain craves clarity. Your gut asks for balance. And the truth is, some cheeses, those ultra-processed, sodium-heavy, artificially flavored ones, don't offer comfort, but compromise. The creamy cheese you once loved on your sandwich might now be contributing to blood pressure spikes. That fancy, mold-ripened wedge could quietly strain your immune system. What once seemed harmless now carries a cost that isn't worth paying. But the solution isn't about giving up joy, it's about choosing it wisely. Aged Parmesan, with its deep flavor and richness in protein and calcium, can be a beautiful alternative to salt-packed processed cheeses. A clean, creamy slice of ricotta can replace spreads loaded with stabilizers and hidden sugars. These aren't restrictions, they're upgrades. They're choices that align with the person you've become, someone who values health, clarity, and staying present for the people who matter most. This chapter of life offers an opportunity to eat not just for pleasure but for purpose. Let your meals reflect the wisdom you've earned. Let food lift you up instead of weigh you down. With just a few simple swaps, you can transform your plate into a powerful ally for your heart, bones, brain, and future. Now is the time to nourish the version of you that's still growing, still learning, still deeply needed in this world. Choose foods that love you back. Choose strength. Choose clarity. Choose better. Now I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.